deep. Here comes a return. And they can't bring him down. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
Already here, they'll audible to something else. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup.
Here's Herbert. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia.
And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Herbert. Incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Short throw to Disley. Finding room at midfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 37 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Complete to Josh Palmer.
A give. Dobbins trying the right side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Here's a give to Dobbins running right.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. They snap it to Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And he'll get it. He's over for a touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Chargers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. Run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 39-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Hurts.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Now he's forced out right. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll set up a throw. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith, 30 yards. And the Eagles are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Herbert back to the air. Short throw to Disley. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Short throw to Disley. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
To the air again, Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his pitch catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Here's a 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Herbert throwing again. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Lad McConkey as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes the score 14-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
This time they stay on the ground.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Goes right back to Smith again. Now 2nd and 3.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
You see that celebration from him after that stop? Those corners don't normally have the chance to get behind the line of scrimmage and hand in big losses. So when he got that opportunity, he certainly made it a memorable one.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Milton Williams there on the tackle.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Here's Herbert. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are right back in this football game.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Barkley, inside handoff. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Throwing is Hurts.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
An audible here to get a new look.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Now, how about this? They'll change it at the line. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Harris Campbell,
51 yards.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
The receivers have been running them ragged, maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
Elliott on for the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. Here's Darius Davis on the return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
This is first and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Here's second down. Herbert. To the left side, he's got McConkey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's the gain of 3. Brings up third and 6.
Herbert to throw. That is caught. Room here to run. Now he's loose down the middle of the field.
And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line.
Oh, what a time for a lapse defensively. That turns this game right on its ear. And now, forget about going fast. They might want to take the air out a little bit and force the defense to use some timeouts.
They'll run with Dobbins. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Here now, 2nd and goal. One more time with Dobbins. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here it is, 4th and goal. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll look to throw. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Keeps himself upright. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield.